Playing professional football is a dream come true for so many kids out there. But you know what's even better? Playing for the team that you grew up supporting.
I grew up a Panthers fan. Honestly, that's just a real experience.
In March 2021, we ran a list on active NFL players who got the opportunity to play for the team that they grew up loving. That included Los Angeles Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert and Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Adam Thielen. Well, there's at least 10 more names that we could add to that list, as these 10 rookies lived the dream of being selected by their favorite childhood team at the 2022 NFL Draft. EKWONU. Many projected the Carolina Panthers to take a quarterback with the number 6 selection in the draft, but the Panthers ultimately could not pass on the local kid. The Panthers decided to take North Carolina State offensive tackle EKWONU, officially making him the first player of the 2022 class to play for his childhood team. EKWONU was born in Charlotte, the city where the Panthers are based. EKWONU received offers from several schools including Georgia Tech and Maryland, but it was too hard to say no to the opportunity of playing in his home state. The 2021 ACC Jacobs Blocking Trophy Award winner said it was a dream come true to be drafted by his local NFL franchise.
You're staying home. Can you believe it?
Honestly, it's just a dream come true. Like, this whole moment just feels so surreal.
EKWONU was also the first offensive lineman taken in a very deep class, going ahead of even Alabama star Evan Neal and Mississippi State product Charles Cross. The Panthers aren't the biggest market team, of course, and the franchise hasn't really had a whole lot of success since their run to Super Bowl 50. But how fitting of a story would it be if EKWONU played a role in bringing Carolina its first ever Lombardi trophy?
Again, what have the last 2 weeks been like for you since you got drafted? Most guys are going to a different part of the country and trying to figure things out, and you're here. What have you been up to?
Yeah, it was definitely a blessing more than anything. You know, a lot of guys, like you said, cross country. But with me, you know, right after the draft, I got to go right back home and sleep in my bed. So honestly, it was nice. It was a blessing.
Jeremy Ruckert. The Lindenhurst, New York native comes from a state with 3 NFL franchises: the Bills, the Giants, and the Jets. It just so happens that Ruckert was drafted by Gangrene, the very same team he grew up supporting. And now the Ohio State product gets the chance to turn the frowns of Jet supporters upside down. The Jets took Ruckert in round 3 with the 101st overall selection, adding another weapon to Zach Wilson's deep offensive arsenal. After he was drafted by the Jets, Ruckert named special teams return man Leon Washington, all-time great cornerback Darrelle Revis, and offensive lineman DeBrickashaw Ferguson as 3 of his favorite Jets.
I went to Leon Washington. I love watching him return kicks and stuff. He was great. I love watching Darrelle Revis and Revis Island. That was a big thing for me growing up with all my friends and stuff. But yeah, just a bunch of guys. DeBrickashaw Ferguson grew up in Long Island as well, so just knowing him and just a bunch of guys. I was a fan my whole life, so it's pretty surreal to be here.
All 3 of those men played on the Jets during some of their better years in the mid-2000s and early 2010s. Ruckert joins a very promising-looking group that features Corey Davis, Braxton Berrios, Elijah Moore, Michael Carter, Breece Hall, and fellow rookie Garrett Wilson. It's been a while since the Jets last had a quality tight end. Can Ruckert finally break that streak? Only time will tell, but it looks like Ruckert has already achieved at least 2 of his lifelong goals: playing pro football and doing it with his favorite team, the Jets. Abraham Lucas. The Seattle Seahawks never really prioritized the offensive line during Russell Wilson's 10 seasons in the Emerald City. How fitting that they finally addressed the unit weeks after trading the franchise's GOAT. Armed with a plethora of draft picks from the deal that sent Wilson to Denver, the Seahawks used the number 9 selection on the aforementioned Charles Cross. And with the number 72 selection, the Seahawks took Washington State offensive tackle Abraham Lucas. Lucas was born in Everett, Washington, just under 30 miles north of Seattle. Lucas went to high school in Everett as well and accepted the offer to play for his home state team, the Washington State Cougars. Lucas earned all Pac-12 honors in each of his 4 seasons at Washington State, including a trio of second-team nods and a first-team selection in 2021. The hulking offensive tackle was one of 2 Cougars drafted this year, the other being cornerback Jalen Watson, who went to the Kansas City Chiefs in round 7. Lucas revealed to reporters that his first memory as a Seahawks fan was the painful and controversial Super Bowl 40 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Watched really all the way back to 2005, the Super Bowl between the Steelers and the Seahawks. That's the first game I really remember watching. So it's something. I mean, I'm not really sure I've taken it all in yet.
What do you remember about that game?
Losing. Yeah, wasn't very happy. Me and my dad were really upset. I was really upset. I mean, I didn't really know what was going on, but I was like 6 at the time. So, but yeah, I was just really upset that we had lost it, and then was able to get one a few years later, so, you know, that kind of made up for it.
Tyler BADIE. BADIE was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, but the devastation of Hurricane Katrina forced his family to move. They then settled in Randallstown, Maryland, and the rest is history. BADIE attended Briarcrest Christian School in Eads, Tennessee, and ended up playing college football at Missouri for 4 years. He broke out in 2021 by rushing for 1,604 yards and 14 touchdowns in 12 games, earning second-team All-American and first-team All-SEC honors. BADIE was then drafted in the 6th round, 196 overall, by the Baltimore Ravens. And as it turns out, BADIE actually played football near the Ravens practice facility when he was a kid.
Ray Lewis, his daughter played Wolfpack, like on a lower age group than me. So it's pretty cool. He used to be at all the practices and stuff like that, cheering her on. So she played linebacker and running back, so that's pretty cool. Just trying to remember everything, like where I live, because I live like 10 minutes away from here. So it's like, how do I get home? Like, I'm trying to remember how everything goes.
What do you remember about the first time you saw Ray Lewis come to practice? What do you think at that time?
It was actually weird because I was like, is that Ray Lewis? And everyone was like crowding him, and I was like, that's a big dude. I was like, I think that's a football player. And that's when I was like, that's Ray Lewis. And I just saw him, you know, I just got to give him his space, you know. But as a young kid, you know, I was excited for sure. And then I went to Ed Reed camp, like at Randallstown, like right down the street. Got an autograph from him, you know, so that was pretty cool too.
Some stories just write themselves. Doug Kramer. The Chicago Bears used 4 draft selections on offensive linemen in 2022. Southern Utah product Braxton Jones, San Diego State guard Zach Thomas, Illinois center Doug Kramer, and Ja'Tyre Carter out of Southern. Notice that Kramer played for Illinois. 3 guesses as to which NFL team he grew up supporting. Kramer was born in Hinsdale, a Chicago suburb with a population of slightly over 17,000. He joined Illinois in 2016 and spent his entire collegiate career there. And let's just say that patience paid off big time.
All right, Doug, you went from Hinsdale Central High School to Illinois, and now you're playing for your hometown team. What does it mean to you?
It's crazy. Like, I think, you know, I haven't really gathered the words kind of to describe how I feel, but obviously, you know, I grew up a diehard Illinois fan, ended up, you know, getting the chance to go there. And then I've been a Bears fan my whole life. So it's kind of crazy how now it's come full circle, and obviously it means the world to me.
And here's another cool nugget for you. Kramer isn't the only active Bears player who grew up supporting the football team. The tight end Cole Kmet, who was born in Lake Barrington, was also a Bears fan growing up. Theo Jackson. The Tennessee Titans went the local route and drafted Tennessee safety Theo Jackson in round 6, 204th overall. Now, he's not the biggest household name by any means, and only time will tell if he can outperform his late draft position. But Jackson already has the tale of a lifetime to share. He's an NFL pro who gets to start his career with the team he loved as a kid.
What was it like when you got your jersey and put the Titans helmet on and kind of walking out these doors for rookie camp?
It was surreal. You know, like I just grew up watching them, you know, just, you know, really just like watching them going to games, just experiencing the games. And now I can, you know, go out here and be with them, next to them, playing with them. So, you know, it's been crazy, but, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, stay level-headed, you know, and have that next day mentality.
Jackson becomes the 3rd Tennessee product on the Titans' active roster, joining Morgan Cox and Josh Malone. TARIQ Carpenter. The Green Bay Packers raised some eyebrows when they doubled down on defense in round 1, selecting Quay Walker and Devontae Wyatt. Lost in all the talks about surrounding their first 3 picks, however, was the fact that Green Bay drafted one of its very own lifelong supporters. The Packers used the 228th selection on Georgia Tech safety TARIQ Carpenter. And here's his proof that he was a Green Bay fan all along.
It ain't even feel real, honestly, coming here. You know, it ain't really hit me until I was up on the field. I'm like, dang, like I'm actually here now. So it kind of took a while. You know, it was kind of surreal. You know, you've been dreaming about it your whole life, and then when it's just right in front of your face, you know, it's crazy. It's a crazy feeling for sure.
Now, the Louisiana, Georgia native gets the opportunity to help bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Titletown. Quentin Lake. With the 211th selection, the Los Angeles Rams drafted UCLA safety Quentin Lake. The 2021 second-team All-Pac-12 member was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but actually grew up supporting the Rams. In 2022, Lake made good on the prediction he made as a child. Check this out. Playing for UCLA? Check. Playing professional football? Another check.
I had definitely my tabs on the Rams for a while, especially being at UCLA and being in LA. You know, you don't really have a choice but to follow the Rams. But I always knew that they had a really good program. That was the biggest thing. They had stability. You know, they had great coaches. They had great players. You know, they have, you know, some of the top defensive players in the NFL. So coming in and even being able to learn from him and play with him is just awesome. It's something that you can't ask for as a rookie.
And how cool is it that Lake finished his collegiate career in the same year the local Rams won Super Bowl 56? His surname may sound familiar to Steelers fans. His father, former defensive back Carnell Lake, played with the franchise from 1989 to 98. Carnell, who is named to the 1990s All-Decade Team, also attended UCLA. His father never won a ring, but Quentin is in excellent position to add at least one to his family's resume. KYREN Williams. Lake isn't the only childhood Rams fan that gets to fulfill his dream of playing for the franchise. Williams was born just months after the then St. Louis Rams defeated the Titans to win Super Bowl 34, the very first in franchise history. Isn't it somewhat fitting that the Kirkwood, Missouri native was drafted by the Rams 2 months after they won Super Bowl 56 over the Cincinnati Bengals? Williams, whom Los Angeles drafted in round 5 with the 164th pick, grew up a Rams supporter. The team even shared this photo of a young Williams meeting former Rams running back Steven Jackson.
Starting in St. Louis, the Rams being there. I was at every home game on Sunday. Thanks to my coach, Coach Folk. He had season tickets, so we were at every game. Huge Steven Jackson fan, dressed up as him on Halloween. The whole red, whole uniform, everything. So, I grew up in the Edward Jones watching the Rams. So, like I said, it's just so crazy how things just circle around. So I can't even explain how I'm feeling right now. This is literally a dream come true.
DEANGELO Malone. The Western Kentucky product was born in Atlanta and attended 2 Georgia high school, Martin Luther King Jr. High School, and Cedar Grove High School. The 2-time CUSA Defensive Player of the Year was drafted by his childhood team in the 3rd round at number 82 overall.
Did you follow the Falcons at all growing up? I did. I was a big Michael Vick fan. As a kid, just growing up, just watching him just do the crazy thing he did, and just being a fan of the Falcons, man. That's the home team. You gotta love the Falcons. It's perfect because, man, my whole life I've been working, just for this moment and just fulfill the dream and everything coming true, and just being with the home team, man, it's a blessing.
And what's even cooler is that Malone wasn't the only person in his family to get drafted this year, and by the Falcons no less. His cousin, Georgia guard Justin Schaefer, was also selected by Atlanta with the 190th pick.
Has D'Angelo reached out to you yet? I know he was picking up your teammates.
Yeah, that the crazy thing, that's my cousin. So it's I caught on congratulations, cuz he I'm ready to see you next. So yeah, soon I got off the phone with the coaches and Arthur Blanks, it was just I tried to call him cuz we teammates, but he ain't answer. So I went on him to call him back.
He didn't answer you.
One can only imagine the thrill and excitement of the Malone family when they all learned that he wasn't going to be leaving the state to play his pro ball. But which of these rookies do you think has the best chance to succeed with their childhood team? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.